next lesson I learned was that, like any other group of people, the people at the community kitchen themselves are a community. And like any community, not everyone gets along all the time. There are personality clashes. But for the most part, my experience was, people who used the kitchen on a regular basis, they knew each other. And they looked out for each other. And they cared about each other. And if one member of their community was having a particularly difficult time, some of the others would do what they could to provide them with the extra bit of support that they needed. And when I was working there as a volunteer, you would notice that as people came in for their meal, a lot of them would greet one another because they knew each other. They would see each other at the kitchen, but they'd also see each other out and about in Fredericton. It wasn't just a group of people. I'm sure today it's not just a group of people who come into the kitchen, have a meal, and disappear. They know each other, and I think for the most part they do try to help each other. The last lesson I want to mention from the community kitchen that I learned is that this community desperately needs the kitchen and the service that it provides. And because of that, it desperately needs people like you. Jamie talked about the staff members at the kitchen, and I would agree. I thought they were a wonderful group of people to work with. But you all know, and they know, that the heart and soul of the community kitchen are the volunteers. And the kitchen could never do what it does without people like you. As I got to know the people that I volunteered with at the kitchen, and some of them are here tonight, Jean and Connie, Phil, Charlie, Effie, we all work together on the Monday noon team. But the people who volunteer in the kitchen, more often than not, are finding many ways to have a positive impact in this community. Not only volunteering at the community kitchen, but volunteering for maybe Meals on Wheels, or being active members of their church, or any one of literally dozens of worthy community causes. So the purpose tonight is to recognize volunteers, and I'm pleased to have the opportunity to do that, and simply to say, again, the community needs the kitchen. I'm sure we'd all like to see the day come when Fredericton doesn't need the kitchen anymore, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So as long as the community needs the kitchen, the community also needs people like you. And you may not get thanked all that often, but tonight you're being thanked. And if you're like me, you don't volunteer at the kitchen so people will thank you. You volunteer at the kitchen because it's important. And when you're done your shift, you can go home feeling that you've accomplished something worthwhile and you've made a positive difference in the lives of the people that walk through the door that day. So I hope you keep it up, and again, thank you for inviting me to be here tonight.